How have you been, man?
Good, good, busy. It's funny. I was walking, left brunch with my parents and Emma and her parents on Sunday, and
Hmm.
walking down the street, we left Pullman, and we're going past Nodo. Somebody's
Oh
sitting in the
yeah,
window. It was just Tucker Tolan sitting in the window.
really? Tug.
So he hops out. We say what's up, but no, that was really cool. Just unexpected, but fun.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he does that sometime. He'll be back in town and just not say anything to anyone. Then he'll be like, "Oh, it's Tucker. Hey, man."
But he said it was for the weekend, so I'm guessing not a lot to
There you
do at
go.
that point. But what
Yeah.
what's been going on with you guys?
I mean, besides for the routine, like just a lot and little at the same time. We're planning on getting married this year, so that's going to be nice.
Awesome. Yeah.
We're probably just gonna go to the courthouse and then go to just elope somewhere.
Yeah. That's
But
awesome.
this, yeah. But then this fall we'll probably have like a party at my parents' house or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It seems like it's the way to do it. Just you know, keep everybody else out of it. I don't know. I think it's easier that way. Um,
Mhm.
and then you don't have people. Oh, you don't have to worry about a guest list. You don't have to worry about
Yeah, 'cause that's been
inviting the right
stressing me
folks.
out for years before I even thought about getting married. Is like
Yeah.
guest list is gonna be rough.
And that's why I was like, I never worry too much. Like, if there's an instance where it's like somebody gets married and you're not there, it's like that's got to be an impossible decision for most of it. You wouldn't be like the biggest part of it, so it's like they're just making the decisions based on what they think is going to be best thing for them for that day. So it's not about you.
Yeah, right,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I'd say the biggest things besides for just work stuff and all that is been actually doing like podcast stuff consistently with Nick for
Yeah.
about we started in the summer, I think like July or June, and that's been fun just getting in the kind of just the routine or mindset of just doing something, just discipline. Which I wrote that down because we talked about that last time, like a year ago,
Yeah.
and just thinking about how just making things easier too. Because I've been using like a chat GPT a lot for to do like a voice text because it takes me forever to type things out. So having that has just been such a tool to just.
So is that just you
Oh,
you type into it and it'll or you speak into it and it'll formulate? I mean, just more like a
mhm.
chat or speak to text or
Yeah, so I essentially use it as a speak to text mostly, and then it will give out the whatever you said, and then you can be like, make it sound a little bit more how I talk. Let's change that there, and you can just talk everything out, or go in type some things in and out.
give it suggestions and it kind of figures it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
which it
just
just
been
seems
just.
what everything you probably read on the internet now has got to be somehow influenced, or if it's not, written by Chat GPT.
Yeah, so it's nice just for like blog thing, their emails, just being able to get my words out in a better way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I noticed that. I mean, I'm not a very good storyteller. That's the problem. Is I
Oh,
start on this topic and I get lost, and my
mhm.
mom is very quick to point that out. She'll start somewhere, go somewhere else, and then she's like, "Hey, come on, back to the point. Come on."
Oh yeah,
And I'm like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I got distracted." So, and then just expressing exactly what you're thinking. So it's just a challenge for a lot of people. And it's a strength and a weakness thing where it's if you don't work it out, if you don't figure it out, you don't use it, you don't try and be better at it, you don't get better at it. And just like everything else, so storytelling along with, public speaking it or, just speaking with others in a clear and concise way or concision in the mind and what you're thinking is just, it needs to be exercised just like everything else.
yeah, and just even getting to the place of like being set up to where I can do thing. They're putting myself in a position where I can actually like execute the thing that I'm trying to get done.
Yeah, it's like a planning. Like it's like having an act. I mean, and everybody, everybody has a plan to some point, but it's being realistic with the plan and the
Well,
and the steps to get there.
yeah,
Yeah.
and just in like November, late November, I just had just an epiphany or something that's just like you should try to do the things that you want to do, but like you gotta go for it. I'm
Hmm.
not sure what it was, but just I just started to think of things in a different way, and instead of just being thinking of social media is just like a thing to go on, thinking of it as a tool which could help you get whatever you're trying to get done business wise to get a message out there. And it's like there's never been a time where that is easy.
No.
And there's yeah, and I just started doing just like some research, or just looking into like socials more, and the algorithm changed to where it's not about your follower count. It's based off the piece of content.
Hmm.
So you can have your first post could go viral if it's like good and things, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just a whole different ball game. It's like, oh, so it's more about just putting out the content you want at scale and trying to make it good compared to just like getting followers by more. It was more like an email marketing, and
Yeah.
now it's like it's just a whole new thing, and it's just been a lot more fun. And thinking of it in that way too, I was like, this is kind of a big opportunity where you could get on it or you could not, and it's just yeah, I just want to try to do uh do business moves with media, and it's fun too, and not worrying about like oh is this cool or like trying to build a big following or different things, just doing it because it's fun. And then if there is an end game, like mixing in like the marketing stuff as well, that'd be perfect. And that's kind of like what this is here is long story short, it's just ICBusiness, and it's just about like talking to coaches, athletes, business owners, employees, moms, dads, whoever about like just kind of what they're about and what they're trying to get done. And it would be fun to bring them on here and just talk about whatever, and then ideally go to like their place of work, their studio, and make like some videos, like a little movie thing about that, and then give them all that in edited content form. Be like, hey, this is all for you. If it's for your socials, I hope that helps. So
Yeah.
it's essentially just like podcasts and interviews with a free marketing spin, and just said, well, I'm like, oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So that's just what I just want to do.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe it'll catch, and and they get something out of that. You get recognition for what you've done as part of that, which is just, I mean, it grows both brands.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And just actually like telling people like, oh yeah, I'm starting a podcast show thing, and I like it, instead of being like, well, I mean, I started this thing, but it's dumb. Like you know how everyone has one. Like just changing that mindset and be like, no, I do this. I love it. It's fun.
Yeah. Oh, because everybody's doing it. It's like I go to the gym, I drink water. Everybody else is doing that too. It doesn't
Mhm,
make it good or bad. It's what you like to do. I mean, the water thing is more of a necessity, but it's like, oh yeah, I watched Game of Thrones, or I watched any of the popular
mhm,
shows. It's like, oh, everybody's doing that. It's like, doesn't mean it's wrong. Doesn't mean you
mhm.
can't have fun with it.
Right? Yeah, yeah. Like, oh, I'm just gonna do what I like,
Yeah.
and
No, I mean it's what I mean. It's kind of cliche, but life's too short, to not do what you want to do, and um, the what is it? I forget exactly how it goes, or whether you think you can or you can't, you're right.
oh,
And
right.
so it's like, unless you make action on what you're feeling or what you want to do, you're not gonna. You either get there or you won't. You'll get to do
Mhm,
it, you won't. You plan to do it, you'll do it. If you don't plan, you'll never do it.
Yeah, 100%. And then the worst case scenario is just talking to people and hanging out.
Yeah,
So it's like there's no way to lose if that makes sense.
yeah, that makes sense. I
Yeah. And
I thought about this. It was like me and TC are still doing our nightly calls,
oh yeah.
and ever since like the first month, then it was second month, third month, fourth month, on and on, first year, second year, third year, fourth
Mhm.
year. We were like, we should have started taking screenshots or screen records every night
Oh yeah.
to have them. And I was like,
Mhm.
it's too late now. It's too late now. It's too late now. Had I started that on year two, we would have we'd have 3 years of screenshots and video recordings
Oh yeah.
this March. Had I started it last year on the fourth anniversary, we'd have a year of it on this March.
Oh yeah.
Um, which, I mean, most of it, obviously, if it was recorded, would not be played for anybody. It's not public talk
Yeah, yeah,
between me
yeah.
and him. But mostly a lot of beration to us, actually, from our significant others. There's not a lot of support there. They don't think it's
Uh,
funny. But no, the same. I mean, it's kind of that same idea that if I would have started that, I would have a lot of content at any point, and I could start it tomorrow. But at the same time, it's not really for that either. Because I
mhm,
mean, we both know. But you know, again, that was one of those stories where my mom would have said, "Bring it back to the point," because I kind of got
mhm.
sidetracked there. But you get it.
No, yeah, and with those calls, like even if you were to start saving them now, when just in the future they're gonna age so well.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you save is gonna age so well. And like I thought of that yesterday. Like, oh, this is going to be so cool when I'm old, or like whenever. Just me and Nick just talking every week about what we're trying to do in life.
Yeah, yeah. We've got those softcore Sunday videos that are still that are saved, which I haven't gone all the way through. I mean, I've watched some of them, but there's a couple hours of footage. I'm like, oh man, you guys are idiots, but it was still great.
Oh yeah, just
It's
some just
still fun.
random picture from like some night just out drinking or whatever. You're like, oh that, yep, great times.
Or the Vine rhyme from the Bowery House
Oh yeah, the
that'll live
Vine
forever.
rhyme. We gotta bring that back.
Vine.
Mm.
Oh yeah, spoon on the ones and twos, and
Man, like yeah, like that was the best. You had the bar up there and stuff too. Hey baby.
yeah, the cow. Oh man, it was interesting.
I remember the pool out back, and I think all the west side people came. Oh, thank you, dude. And the thing is dead. What? She stopped working. Oh no. Yeah. Is it still able to do a return on Amazon? For sure. Okay, sweet. Thank you, baby. Mm. So wait, I wonder because it kept turning on randomly. Oh, that's fine. Um, so what were you saying?
Pool out back. You said something.
Oh yeah, and there was like I like the West Side people came over, and it just turned into like a day party out of nowhere.
Yeah, those are always great. Those were great. I mean, where it's not planned. It's spontaneous. It's hard to find. You can't plan spontaneity. You just got to go. It's just going with the flow and having the freedom to do so at that age was huge for it. Where just, oh yeah, let's drink some beers outside, and then it was like, oh, let's make it a day, and then everybody's showing up, and it just turns into something a lot bigger than you ever expected. Or those beach days that we had out of nowhere. Any of it like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's always just random selfish activity, or just something you start randomly just leads to something else, and then
Yeah.
it's coming. It's all right. But coming back. Yeah, no stress, baby. Yeah, but like with 'cause that's how me and Nick we started. I don't really know how we started, but we were just I think doing calls back and forth like with just hey I'm thinking about doing this for my business thoughts, and then we were like hey let's just start to do like a podcast type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were like, well, we don't have a name or really like a plan or like a goal, and like, well, let's just call it the demo tapes. I just always think of just like the grind of handing out mixtapes out of your trunk. That just reminds me of just life. Like you're just trying just to get it going. It's not perfect, but it's always just
Hoping
you're
somebody
hustling.
hears it and sees something in it.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah. And the podcast, like we talk about trying stuff out in the podcast too. So like there's no stress if that makes sense because
Yeah.
it's just our practice ground just to try things and just help each other out and just chill.
Yeah. And that's
But
what you
with
guys just do it so dang late.
I know he's got these 7 kids, and so you got to put them down. So it's
Oh.
mostly 10:30 or 11 here.
Yeah, and he's on mountain time. I
Yeah.
don't even know if that's what I mean, whatever. Other
So
time than
so he
us.
got that early time. So it's like, damn.
Well, isn't it it's probably only 9:30 by the time it's 10:30 here, right? For him?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and Tuesdays are like every other week is like a 7:30 meeting for us typically at for the dealership, and so it's like if I want to get to the gym, get to that meeting, I got to get up early
Oh
and be
yeah,
on
yeah.
point. So, which we had that again this morning, which I didn't hit the gym, slept a little crappy, so I skipped the gym, but um yeah, those meetings are tough at 7:30 on a Tuesday. Oof.
Yeah, I gotta sleep is a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I don't by standard of sleep, I don't sleep enough. I know, no, I don't. I never have. But I always feel, but I'm used to how I feel. I feel good. So it's tough to be like, well, I want to get more stuff done, or I could just sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not very good at sleep. I know I need more, and I don't sleep well when I do sleep because it's like I snore, and I should probably get that checked out. And don't like I never feel like fully rested very often. So it just turns into some caffeine and trying to stay on my feet because it's hard. I mean, it's hard like sitting at a desk, like dealing with people and making calls and doing paperwork and it's hard to do if you're not feeling totally rested versus and not saying be quality at anything without being fully rested, but I'd much rather do some manual labor where it's like at least you're staying awake through doing that
Yeah,
um, versus sitting there like where you can start dozing off.
yeah. It's just a crappy feeling too. When you wake up tired and like your body just hurts for like a few
Mm-hmm.
seconds in your mind. Yes,
Or
man.
just looking at my phone this morning and I'm like, oh, just dreading getting out of bed. And it's like, I don't love being in bed. I'm not one of those people that loves to sit in bed after waking up. I like to get up and get out of bed once I'm awake, but for me to just want to stay there, keep sleeping is means I probably should have done it, but you don't always have that luxury. Sometimes you got to get your ass going.
Mhm. Yeah, so that's a goal I'm trying to. Well, it's a necessity. Just like I don't want to, but I'm just going to at least Tuesday through Friday. Be good. Monday I'll stay up late because of the pod, and then the
Hmm.
weekends just it is what it is. And I can sleep in a little bit too, depending on the kid.
Yeah,
But yeah, just trying that out too.
how's he sleep so far?
He sleeps so well.
Yeah,
I feel so lucky. Like I put him down. We read. I put him down in his crib, and then I don't even think about him until like the morning.
yeah, yeah. That's
So
awesome.
yeah, and it's so lucky, and it's been like that for a while too.
Hmm.
Because one night I was putting him to bed, and he wasn't all the way asleep, and I think if I just put him in his crib, put him down. Said, I love you, good night, just backed out, closed the door, and he didn't cry. And then since then, he'll just put himself to sleep. So,
Yeah. Yeah, Grayson's kind of a sucker, and he's like, "Oh, Lee, can you stay with me for like 10 minutes?" It's just the unfortunate part of parenting is the path of least resistance is sometimes the path. A lot of times, I feel path taken because teaching them a lesson, or not in that might be the wrong term for it, but trying to instill values in them. You can't just do it all the time, and sometimes you're just like, all right, I'll give them 10 minutes and then I'll get out of here. It's not worth argument right now at bedtime. It's not worth making a point or being right. It's like I got to get on with my life too. He needs to go to bed. I got dishes to do, laundry to fold, and I need to get to bed.
Yeah, dude.
It's those decisions you have to make, and it's just tough. Just to just kids are just tough. So it's like
Yeah.
parenting is not cut.
Oh, no. And yeah, and it's just always like even like when they're gone and you're out, you're like, well, we'll be home at this time, so you're still doing like kid math always.
Oh yeah, always, yeah. Well, if I go to bed, or even at home, you're like gaming up late. You're like, well, if I go to bed now, he'll be up at 7. I'll sleep 6.5 hours, then he'll nap tomorrow. I could nap.
Yeah.
You're planning your life around what you expecting from them, and then well, we got to get here in the morning. It's all figuring out your life shaped around what you're expecting them to want and do.
Yeah, there's just no time. Yeah, luckily if I get like just a moment, even if it's nice, like a show at the end of the night or just something, just chill.
Yeah,
'Cause it's just
yeah, that's
you
important.
put them down and then it's like, well, get ready for work, just dishes and that whole thing. Just takes time. And then if you didn't do it the next morning, you're just already behind.
Yeah, yeah. It's keeping up is tough. It's not an easy thing, especially I mean when you hold yourself to a high standard to be tidy, to provide a clean household, to provide a household at all. You hold yourself to those standards, and then it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. You're going to struggle to maintain your sanity at some points because you expect the best from yourself and expect the best for your family. Which I mean, I think honestly is making kids soft, but whatever.
Oh, dude, this song.
Dude, I mean, it was things were different. We were young, and now we're just like, oh, we've got all these opportunities. We saw things, and you want to provide for them, and it's like they're just going to be softer because of it. And with technology being the way it is, they don't have to know how to be self-efficient, maybe, um, or to learn as many hard lessons as I'm sure as generations have gone on. We've learned less and less hard lessons. We didn't have to go through the Dust Bowl. We're not in the Dust Bowl right now, and they grew up and they're like, oh, you kids never had to do this. You're just going to be soft. Meanwhile, they were going
Yeah.
to war at 18, and it's just generation after generation. I'm sure we'll say that the next one is softer. So
Oh yeah, for
I like to
sure.
just carry on that tradition.
Um, yeah, I'm excited for like sports and stuff with Leon and just seen his what's that like and trying to be like, oh yeah, like there's winning and losing. You don't win every time, but when
Hmm.
you lose, it's not like the end of the world.
Yeah,
You keep playing so you can win.
yeah. Or you get back, and
Uh,
that's been a struggle with Grayson. I mean, through board games, wrestling, which is the only sport he's really ever done. We're going to try and get him into more things, but losing, he's like, he'll throw a little fit about it. And I'm like, get better and you don't lose again. And he just did that. It's such a hard lesson to learn, especially for like, I mean, kid with a split household that probably gets overspoiled because he's only with each parent half the time. So it's like,
oh,
of course, he's not going to like losing because he probably wins more than most kids with two parents in the same house. They're like, we're both tired of you, So they get less wins versus halftime with mom, halftime with dad. Probably gets more wins.
right, you find some time in there.
1 second, sorry. Ooh,
No worries.
we could turn this down. Oh,
Uh,
I hurt my back lifting the other day,
Ooh,
like
what
a
were you
fool.
doing?
Oh, I was overlifting and too fast on deadlifts, and um, I knew I shouldn't have. And I was moving too fast through sets, tired. Shouldn't have been going up to the weight I was, but it was like a little ego thing. And then, of
Oh,
course, I still lifted it even with bad form 3 times, even though the first 2 times I was like, stop. Third time I was like, oh, still, yeah. Walked away. I was like, ouch. Pulled some muscles and
yeah,
just too
deadlift.
proud.
I Yeah, that's tough because if I do it, I do it sometimes, but every time I do, I'm like, oh, let's go like heavy. And it's like, no, I'm not getting
Mm-mm.
hurt.
Mm-mm. It's dumb.
Or,
I've got a golf trip coming up, going to Phoenix for 5 days. Next Wednesday we leave, and it's like I just messed my back up. It's going to be a terrible golf trip.
oh yeah, you
We'll be
rough
all right.
that all week.
Yeah. No,
Rest
I'll
that
be all
out
right.
for a few drinks going.
Yeah.
Mm,
But no, things, work was pretty exciting over the last year. I sold 351 cars,
damn,
which is
that
almost a car per calendar day. But if you go to actual work days, we're closed. 52, at least 52 days a year, based on Sundays plus a couple other holidays. So, um, 6.75 cars a week, which is busy. Uh,
yeah, that seems like you're just
yeah,
moving
which
them.
it sounds nice, but at the same time, with everything that's involved with it, I don't think that's efficient in our line of work. It doesn't allow me to take care of my guests maybe as well as I should have. So we're going to
Oh
add
yeah,
somebody to the team, and because I mean that's way more important than a high number is people actually being satisfied with their experience.
yeah, yeah.
Except that's a bigger part of business is not oh how much can you do? It's like how much can you do, but also create a great environment and grow within that environment. I mean, get one more guy in there, and maybe we both do 250. Let's say that's
Mhm.
150 more than I could do alone.
Yeah,
Because at
yeah, yeah.
350, let's say I was at my max, you get two guys that can do 250 each. That's 500 total. So um, just because somebody up top isn't doing quite as much doesn't mean that the business isn't doing well. And as an organization, we're not growing. But
No, yeah,
a
100%.
lot more to come on that this year. So that'll be fun.
That's awesome, and I'm excited to like talk more just about like your work and everything too. Just the next time when we chat,
Yeah.
because normally Blair will be on another screen or around, but he's just bit busy with work. And I told him like let's just keep doing let's think of this thing as like ICBusiness is ESPN and we're both just sports anchors. So sometimes we're mostly together. Sometimes you can go on. So sometimes it's just me, but it's still like the same vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And mostly just because I didn't want to text you on Monday like, hey, let's do something next week. Cause that's like some last year shit. Like, let's just keep on pushing stuff down the road, and then something else comes up, and let's do it next month, and then you don't do
Mm-hmm.
anything. So like,
No, that's
yeah,
why when
so
you hit me up, I was like, I'll just tell him exactly what I got planned. I was like, I got Tuesday night available, um, maybe Friday, maybe
Mhm.
sometime Saturday. It's like it is night. I mean, it's I don't want to say depressing, but when you text me like, "What do you got going on this week?" I was like, it feels like I got nothing, no time. I
Yeah.
was like, "What time you got available?" I was like, "Shoot, I am busy." But that's the thing is just actually looking at what time you got and making some time. Because I mean, we so often it's just we look and we're like, I don't have time. Don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. It's like you haven't made the time for that.
Mhm.
Because if you something were to happen, I mean, like a family emergency, you'd make time for it. And I'm not saying that these things are as important, but you'd put aside some other stuff like 10, 15 minutes of Facebook. You know,
Yeah, yeah, and
that's
just
10, 15 minutes that you can spend reading. Oh, I don't have time to read. You got time to post on social media.
yeah, yeah, and just the fuck about this habit is good. Oh yeah, but just getting to the point of where I was starting to stress myself out because I would have these things I would want to do, and then whenever I had the time, I would do something else that was more fun and easier. And then when I'm at work, I'll daydream about all the stuff. I'm like, oh man, that'd be fun to start. And then I get home, I'm tired, eat, and then I just like chill, which I mean isn't a bad thing. But when I know like I want to be doing stuff from like August to November, I didn't do as much like aside for the demo tapes, like trying to like side hustle stuff, but not even doing stuff. I just wasn't in that mindset. It was like let's just come home, do everything I need to do, and maybe I'll have time to play Madden or game. And that was just like my focus. It was nice because like my day job's chill. So it was like, man, this is comfy. I feel content. And then around November, I just got that feeling like, hey, you have goals and stuff that like you really want to do, but like you're just not acting on them because it's hard, and like you're scared that you might not be able to do the thing. Like fuck, well, let's just try the thing next year. Like I can't do this for forever. Like oh yeah, that'd be cool, and then just kind of half-ass it for the last years. Like I just feel like I've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, what do you? It's not. I mean, it's so often people just live for retirement, and then you're old, and then what do? You sit around and do nothing. You get to go and enjoy these things once you're out of work and you've worked your life away and your youth and your health. So you're. Oh yeah, you get to go to the beach, but you're using a walker on it.
Hmm.
Versus you've got actual potential to do the things and go through the events or experiences that you want now and rather push them away and be like, oh, that's for a later date. That's for another time. It's that retirement mindset where, oh, I'll get there eventually and then I'll enjoy it then. And it's like, can you really enjoy it then? Enjoy it now.
Hmm. Yeah, and just like with like financial stuff, just trying to get to a place where Leon is just good to go. Cause that's how I felt as a kid. Like I never like thought about like money and stuff. But just like it was fine, and I don't want. I want to be able to be like my dad was for me, but for Leon.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I just don't feel like I'm not there right now, and not saying that I should be there now, but I want to get there. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's and by doing all this stuff and just different things might be one of the mm, not easiest ways, but shortest ways to get there from my situation. So
Yeah.
I gotta at least try it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and your dad just is hella cool.
Mm.
Dude, the year you were born, he was winning the City Am in Iowa City for the golf championships. The dude always stayed on.
Yeah, but yeah, I just wanna just make sure that every like family, everything is just good
Yeah.
to go.
Which I mean, in financially comfort, for me at least, what I see is important. But one thing I've tried to avoid, which is hard for us to do as Americans and as middle-aged guys. I don't want to say middle-aged, pre-middle-aged, whatever. As young men, is to worry about the financial aspect more than the value aspect of life, because so much we see social media is just it's about money and cars, and our tendency is to head those ways. Um, when myself a more stoic mindset of making do with values. Being rich in your pocket does not make you rich in your life. The ability to have morals both when having money and without money, or having a way of life, as well as being a good person with money, without money, shouldn't make a difference. So that's something I battle with a lot personally, where I start worrying about money, and I'm like, no, I got to have this, I got to have more money. It's like you more. When I take a step back and I'm like, it's when would be enough? And I mean, obviously, like millions, you'd think, oh, that's going to be enough. But those guys are probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking right now. There's people making half the money that I am right now that are probably living okay and pretty happy with their lives. They're not wanting more. They're content with going home and being in the situation they are because they've got a roof over their head. They're able to feed their family, and just battling with that is something I try and do, is keep myself honest in those aspects. Is that nothing's given. Just success right now doesn't mean success business wise in the future, but
Hmm.
being morally and morally just right is going to do well for a long time.
Right? Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's it's just like every paycheck I go in, the first thing I do it just like look over it the next 2 weeks and be like, okay, so this is good. I gotta save here, and I don't want to have to do that meticulously.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I just don't want to think about money
Yeah.
like that, if that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's like the big thing financially is where I just want to get to where I'm not always just like, oh, okay, if I buy this, then okay, then that, like, I just don't, like, that's just not
Yeah. No, that makes
that's just
sense. I
not
mean,
good.
it's just more an ease to the mind isn't bad as far as providing. Um, but I guess I'm just maybe in a spot where I wouldn't maybe have thought myself to be at this age, but maybe living more freely rather than
Hmm.
living with a 8 to 5:30 job plus 6 days a
Hmm.
week, and being able to bartend like Tom Cruise down in the islands in a cocktail, and I'd be living without a care. Just a shack is a good place. Eat the mangoes from the bar, and occasionally find myself a senorita, and life would be good just at that minimum.
Yep.
Is what I originally had planned, and I'm far away from that, but that's okay too, I suppose.
Yep. Or write it out your life in pencil, not pen. So
That's right.
yeah, you got some room there.
Pencil
Do
still smears when you erase it.
yep. Mm. Do you do much on LinkedIn?
I don't. When I was considering a career change, I created a LinkedIn pretty lazily, and
Hmm.
maybe I was trying to do a little bit of job searching there, and really wasn't attracted to the way things go there. Still not that excited. I mean, I don't know. I
Oh,
think it'd be good. It'd be good for the right things, but the path that I took to it and on it was pretty sloppy. So.
no, fair. Yeah, yeah. So I asked because I had one up, but like I never really like did anything. So I just deleted it the other day and just did a new one. And I'm into LinkedIn right now because it's almost like Facebook now. Like you
Yeah,
can people just post just different things, and I want to start posting more just like work type videos and things for and talk about PSC and talk about ICBusiness, and also just try to grow there as well. So I just wasn't sure if that was something that you use for like to sales or anything, or if it any like
and nothing
gigs
like
to
that.
see.
I mean, and like networking for me is and growing my personal business. I mean, for vehicle sales, it's got to be a local thing. I mean, you can sell
Mm,
vehicles internationally. We've sold, or
mm,
nationally. I've shipped vehicles to Florida, New York, Oregon, Colorado. We've shipped vehicles everywhere. I've sold vehicles probably in let's say a quarter of the states.
mm.
But typically there's a car dealer that they've got that can give them the same deal or
Oh
close
yeah.
to where it's not worth it. So my most important networking comes locally. And I don't even like the word networking. I think of it more as growing my own personal business, and my own
Mm,
personal life is I'm part of the gym, that I've worked out with these people, and they see whether they have respect for my work ethic in the gym or not, but they see me there, and then I'll go to the golf course. I play golf with a group of guys, and then I play golf league. And a lot of it seems leisure, the gym,
mm,
golf, even bar time. Head going to the job site, having a couple beers. But it's people get to know you, and they don't have to expressly try and sell a car at that moment. But guess what pops up is they'll need a vehicle eventually, and they'll ask you if you got the right vehicle for them. It works,
mm,
and that works. Word of mouth is huge because I've got a guy that I sold a truck to him, and then his wife bought an Explorer a week later, and
mm,
they come get service. He texts me every once in a while, and He's just he's trying to tell all of his friends to come buy vehicles from us. And
No.
it's not going to work for all of his friends, but
Mm.
somebody that can rant and rave about your business and be excited about it, it feels good for us. It's what I aim to do. It's not, you don't make $1 million off of every sale like at some of those dealerships. We just do the right thing and by what we think, and make a little money, and then make them happy, and they'll come back. It's not going to be instantaneous. They might not come back for 2 3 years, 4 or 5 years, but they're going to come back. They're going to check with you, and that's still a win.
Yes, and yeah, and as you were saying that, I thought of LinkedIn for locally. Cause like if I just clipped everything that you just said and then posted that on your LinkedIn, like, hey, I'm Max Organ West Branch Ford, and then just built brand there. I feel like that would be cool because that's what I'm trying to do, like with my PSC stuff and the marketing stuff. So that's just where my mind was like, huh,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
stuff
I
to
mean,
come
maybe
to
it's
brand.
worth taking more of a look at. I mean, I have to probably create a new LinkedIn because I think my current one was probably talking about how I want to leave my current job. So I don't think the boss would love that. He's like, "Wait, why does it say you're applying for positions?" I was like, "No, what? I just don't know how to use it."
Fair.
But
Uh, oh yeah,
you know, yeah, I think people would be excited. There's that little. It's funny. Me and Emma were driving. We stopped by the club car on Sunday for a beer,
ooh,
and
nice.
she said, "Is that restaurant Little Village good?" I said, "It's not a restaurant." It's a local magazine, which I used to love because it showed local like art, theater, all that stuff, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to find some of that stuff all in one spot other than Little Village. So I mean, something like that. It was all local, promoting local stories, and then gives you a calendar for the next week or 2 weeks, whatever the time frame was. All the local theater you could go see. The what was happening in that film scene, the stuff that you don't is not necessarily Googleable all the time. I mean, film scene would be, but no, you can't Google what plays are in Iowa City right now.
No,
They
right,
were good
yeah.
about that. Then, like ever since 2020 or 20, yeah, 2020, they've just been all like anti-Trump in their stories, which I don't
Uh,
disagree with half of them, but I
this
don't
isn't what I
also
want.
that's not a local story, and it's like, oh, it's affecting locals, and I was like, I know, but Jesus, it was like it was an escape from the real. I don't want to call them not real news, but it was local. It was like, what's happening here. You know,
Hmm.
um, and it was just it's just gets overcrowded with the same thing that you can see if you log on to CNN. It's like
Yeah.
if I want to see those stories, I'll log on to CNN. I
Hmm.
don't have to come to this magazine and do stuff. CNN won't tell me what local plays at the Riverside Theater this weekend though.
Yep.
And that was the
Yeah.
unfortunate part. But yeah, I don't know. That was probably any place where you go where there's art and theater. There's going to be that. The same hides this. I was like, they're probably attracting the right audience with that. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
it's their
hopefully,
prerogative.
yeah. ICB just get some more media stuff about what's going around. That's the
Yeah,
it's here forever, so
yeah.
we'll
And I
do
mean, it
that.
can go even. I don't want to say take a dip out of that pot, but locally, what's going on? I mean, what's we know about Arts Fest? We know about Jazz Fest. Most people probably know when they are. I forget all the time. So,
And one thing that's just cool about Iowa is they are building a new music venue in Fairfield, and they're converting an old like gymnasium, and the sound equipment that they're installing is one of I think six that are in the U.S. So it's like top tier sound, and they went for it because he's like, well, we're out here in the middle of nowhere. The only way we're gonna get people to come is if we get one of these sound systems, and so that's gonna be here in like a year, I think. But we've been delivering to them, so that's like, oh, that's a
and
cool story.
it's local guys.
Well, it's in a Fairfield, so it's in Iowa,
No, no, but I mean like
but like,
local Fairfield guys.
oh yeah.
Well, because that's awesome, but like Vibrant Music Hall in Waukee,
Mm-hmm.
They've been getting some really good acts for stuff that I like that you don't get to see around here. But and I don't know the exact story, but one of my buddies that's way a lot bigger into music than I am, he went with us, but he's like, this place isn't really good for music because they're gonna basically catch these are it's basically bad for other local venues
Oh yeah.
because they're gonna steal flame fire from them.
Oh
And
yeah.
this is just it's it's run by it's I don't want to say by Ticketmaster, but somebody like Ticketmaster.
Oh really? Oh, that
Where,
sucks.
but the artists, I mean, they're trying to make it. So you got those guys like, oh, to hell with Ticketmaster, but it's like they're still doing tickets on Ticketmaster because they need it. That's how they're going to
Mm-hmm.
succeed. That's how their people are going to come see their shows, and so it's unfortunate. But that one in Fairfield is clean and clear. That's huge. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that town itself is really cool too.
Yeah, it's different for sure.
Uh,
I
yeah,
got
yeah.
got some
I'm
people that I know
excited to
from
go
there.
down there.
Um, Yeah, just go. I never go down that. I mean, I've been down there, but like Mount Pleasant, Fairfield,
Oh
like
yeah, yeah. I'm down there a lot for work, so I'll poke around every once in a while
making
on
the
my
rounds.
lunch break or something.
Yeah, you go study, you go float at the university.
Yep.
It is kind of
Have to
strange
pop
going
in.
back and seeing all those houses, just the same kind of configuration facing to the east, and just yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting.
it is. It's interesting, but I'm not gonna say wrong either. It's just it's different
Yeah.
from what we think, you know.
100%. Oh yes.
So
Oh shit, man.
what's next then?
Next step, going to post, get some clips out of this. I think there's one post on our business page, but I'm in process of getting some programs just to help with some of just the posting animation because I want to do just like a bunch multiple times. So that, and then just find another guest, get a little better. Find another guest, learn how to market the show better, get another guest, and
Yeah,
repeat and repeat and repeat.
find what sticks. Because I mean, you just
Yep.
like I forget what it was that freaking clip. I was so hot on that quote I had a year ago. What was it? Can't learn to tango until you start to dance or some
Oh,
shit with
yep.
that. But it just hit me that one night, and I was just so proud of it. But it's like can't learn to dance until you take a first step or something, which is just true. I mean, it's repetition. It's working it out. It's getting better at what at that. You don't
Mhm.
just pick up a basketball and know how to shoot. This isn't a freaking movie, not Airbud.
Right.
It's nobody's. It's not. It's nothing's gonna be natural. Nothing's gonna be easy. It's all repetition.
Yes.
So
And then one more thing I just thought of too. If you ever do get to a point where like, man, I do want like some videos of me talking about work. I could ask you like specific questions, and you could answer them, and then I could edit them down and send them over. Just like whatever you want, I could. And if you want to, dude, I got this for Christmas. I got a drone.
that's awesome.
So yeah, if you ever need any drone shots or anything, let
have
me
you
know.
have you used it much? Have you
Nope.
used the drone much?
Nope.
That's something I think you got to start practicing too, because from what I hear is it's not. I mean, it's different,
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
but that's huge because not a lot of people they might buy them, but they never use them.
I
Being an
know.
actual drone pilot and having the ability is probably not as common as we think.
I know. And like, I got like some courses to go through for this. So like, I want to learn it well. But yeah, I'm gonna get that up and going this week.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'll
awesome.
let you know how it goes.
Yeah, mom
Yeah.
and dad's house would be good to start too.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
That's where I'm gonna start. Nice, safe, have space, can run and catch it if I need
yeah,
to. I mean, so yeah, man. Yeah, shit. Well, that's kind of all I got.
cool. Yeah,
I just want to catch up quick, just kind of get the flow back going, say what's up, and
yeah,
yeah, just get
well, sounds good.
another
So
one
yeah,
done.
well, just keep me updated. Let me know.
I will.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you.
See ya.
I love you, man. Yep.
Love you too.
Peace.